All right, today is part 5, I guess, to working on this rusty old bus. I'm gonna focus on taking the front of the frame off of the Dodge today. I need to get measured out and see where we stand on it, but yeah. All right, so she's off the ground now. Trying to measure out the frame here, figure out where I want to chop it at, but noticing these brakes, they must have just replaced those before I picked this up, but looking pretty good. Doesn't look like I'm gonna need any front end work whatsoever. So now how I'm gonna do this, you guys are probably gonna really criticize me here, which is okay because I'm all about it. But really, I need to measure the bus first here. So this width of this frame, now I am going to chop it back just a little bit, kind of clean that up, but the frame itself, we're looking like roughly 33 inches. Let's get a width on this frame here. A good old Dodge. So right there, that's roughly right behind those control arms there. We're looking like a little under 30, but this frame actually narrows itself in the front, so we'll go back a little bit. Trying to do this one-handed, it's not the easiest thing, but let me get past that vacuum line here. Okay, so we'll go to the wider part of the frame, and we're looking like we're just over 33, but like I said, it narrows as you go up. So what we'll do is we'll come up just a little bit. That's too far. Those video quality is going to be garbage, but trying to do this one-handed and show you guys at the same time. So okay, so right there, we're on the edge of the frame, we're looking like we're still just under 33, but like I said, that frame is going to narrow itself as it comes out. Then you'll have the cross member along with the control arms and the whole front assembly and stuff, and it's going to be okay because the width of that bus frame, I can actually cut it wherever I need to right here to be able to mate itself to the front of that bus. All right, so after getting these good old railroad ties cut by my friendly neighbor over there, I'm able to jack this up and go ahead and take those wheels off. That way I can cut those U-bolts. That way I can drag this axle out, work on cutting the spring hangers off, get a little bit more room in there, and hopefully these will keep it stable enough to keep the bus off top of me. So that's what we're doing. Now wheels off, I'll give you guys a little bit closer look up at this axle that they had. So it looks like they just took some tubing and made themselves an axle. I mean, at least they used actual U-bolts, but those bearings, they're pretty good. If anybody wants this, it's pretty reliable. It made it about, I don't know, 5-10 miles here, no issues. If you do end up buying it and these turn red, that is just an indication that they're working. So still in good shape. I even put these new studs in for whoever wants it. So anywho, all right, so as you can see, the axle is out of the bus. It's sitting here on the ground. Well, that's as far as I can go for right now. I'll bring the Sawzall home tomorrow, see if I can't cut the frame off of the front of this Dodge. get it kind of squared up along with the bus, smooth up the bus frame too, and see if we can't mate them together. All right, just got off work. Got the Sawzall. We'll see if we can't get this frame cut. Well, there's the front end on it. So like I said, I kept this frame wider than this bus frame actually is, because once I clean this up and get this where I need to, I'll be able to butt that up and it should meet up just about perfect. And I'll plate the frame, bolt it, weld it, really beef it up, because I'm not attaching this front frame assembly like I should be. I should Z it, or all the other fancy terms that everybody else has, but this is what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'll have any issue whatsoever once it is plated, and if need be, I will put a cross member in between here that's bolted onto that frame and this frame, along with the plate that's welded and everything else. So I'm not too worried about it. The front of this frame, I should be able to chop off a little bit, go ahead and shorten the nose up, and then that will be about it. So that tire is actually going to be about 6 to 8 inches further back into the cab. Once the front end's rebuilt and everything, I'll figure out what tire size and what kind of setup I want to go with. But that's actually going to be probably the height of the bus right there. In the front or the rear, that'll just depend on whatever I end up doing with it. It's really going to end up squatting those leaf springs. I know it will. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do add a leaf or something like that, just kind of beef it up a little bit too. So we will see on that part. Other than that, that's about as far as I'm going to go for right now, until I get a little bit more energy and put this together. So once I get a little bit more energy and whatnot, I will go ahead and clean those up, kind of get measured out where I need to, and slap them together. But as far as today, I think that's about as far as I'm going to go. But weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Might see what I can't get done. And that's about it for today. Thanks for watching.